Hello, 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 everyone. It is January 30th, 2025. My name is Katie. This is the Atelier Nekuzuki live stream, and we are in the midst of having the sunshine come in. It is glorious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the exposure down even further. And probably the brightness a little bit too, because I'm not quite ready to give up my window yet. It's like, no. So I got these ones. I think we sewed these together the other day, right? On Monday? Right, yeah, we did all the like box seams. And then I was like, okay, we're calling it quits then. We're going to work on the traveler slings because I promised myself I would do the traveler slings. And then last night I got a chance to sit down and do all the turning. So today we get to go in and do all of the finishing seams, which actually we need to swap out the thread. Okay, fine. Anyway, there is one more bag turned here. Yay! Bunnies on pink. So these should all be finished for Saturday and the pop-up at Ancient Arts Yarns. What can I do here? Can I actually, I know what we're going to do is we're going to shorten up this, like, I haven't been playing around with this very much. Hello, Omar. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back. I hope that, does it actually translate it into, like, Spanish subtitles? I'm sorry that I only speak English and very, very, very poor Japanese. There we go. That's actually a better balance as well, I think, for on screen. All right, so we're swapping out the thread color because we need to go back to the white thread. If you've been watching for a while, you know I absolutely, this is like one of my least favorite parts of the whole process is swapping out threads. I don't know why. It just is. Yeah, so I did take an assessment. We've got one more traveler sling to actually sew together. And then the rest of them just need their finishing seams. So if we end up having enough time, we will also do that. Oh, shoot. No, okay. I gotta leave the black thread on for a few more minutes to wind the next black bobbin. There's 0 point in leaving myself without a second bobbin. This is where it's like, it still would be super nice, even though I love my side winder bobbin, like side bobbin winder thing, whatever the hell they're called. I really like the idea of a like separate bobbin winder where I could just wind all the bobbins. Anyway, maybe one day I might have gotten influenced. I haven't bought it yet, but I was watching a fabric store cutting like bulk orders. And they were cutting bulk orders with like a rotary cutter on a track. And I'm like, what kind of witchcraft is this? I want it. But it's also about the same price as buying a, well, it's a little bit cheaper than buying a walking foot cylinder machine. And I'm like, okay, which one would actually benefit me more? I'm like, ugh. A tough one. I don't know. I sent it to Caroline at Ancient Arts and she's like, that would pay for itself in spades very rapidly. And I'm like, yeah, I think so, right? So, who knows, maybe one day. But it was so cool. It's like, even if I don't ever get one, it's like so cool to see. So, all right. Just rethreading the needle here so that we actually have thread in the needle, and then we'll pull up the bobbin thread. I've got about just under 2 hours right now because Dallas is heading out to see some friends. So we're going to hope for the best that I can get all of these completed. And then I think what I will do tonight is that I'll try and get the kids to bed fairly early. And then hopefully get downstairs to finish up these traveler slings because I really wanted to get these done for the retreat as well. Or not the retreat, but the pop-up. Just thinking of like what the spaces that I'm going to be in and everything like that. So kind of what kind of setup we can run. And I think the traveler slings are a good focus to have. And then after after this pop-up is the retreat in Canmore next weekend, and that's where we will also have, I'm going to focus in on gyoza bags and the passport folders, to be honest. So, yeah, and then tomorrow, because the kids are out of the house, maybe I'll try and get Dallas to help me. I don't know, we'll have a chat about when we're moving the cutting table, because there's a couple things I need to finish up before we do that, but it's like all, I don't know, about an hour to an hour and a half of work total until he could move it out. So right, and I need to start winding that second bobbin here as well. All right, so now we've done all the boxing, everything like that. All I'm doing now is I'm folding in that turning edge that we left open, and I'm putting it under the machine. I know lots of people hand finish this, but this is the most efficient way I have found for the production sewing. So, and the nice thing is you can just go through and chain piece it all as we go. Typically, I'm a little bit smarter about this, and I do actually leave the corner already like out of the bag like this, but I wasn't thinking about that last night. I was like, let's fold everything in and make it look pretty. Not thinking about, past Katie was not thinking about future Katie yesterday. Mostly because I was also like half asleep on the couch probably. So there's that. Oh no. And I didn't catch the fact that that is not, oh, okay, well, this frog bag is in the timeout pile because I did not realize that the twill didn't get caught. The heck? It's been through so many steps and I didn't catch it till just now. Good Lord. All right, well, on to the next. So there are a few bags down at the bottom in timeout. I can't remember why because I found their handles. So something about them was off. I think it might have been like zipper installing or something like that. Anyway, we did get through the majority of the width box, which is pretty awesome. We will pick those ones up again later, probably this summer in time for Knit City. I have put my application in for Vibrations out in Victoria, which is on Vancouver Island. I should hear about that by May 1st, if not earlier. So that's good. Yeah, and then with Dallas going out, after this, I'm going to go upstairs. We have reheatable dinner, and I'm going to sit with the kids, and we're going to color. Hopefully, we'll figure out. Because I found my pencil crayons and a coloring book that I wanted to do. Cats and hats. So, there's that, which is good. So yeah, we're just going to crank along here. There's about 40 large box bags to finish, I think, which I guess is right. I thought that I had actually finished more before Airdrie, or that I actually had less bags to sew, but I don't know why I thought that, or how I got different numbers in my head, but here we are. Oh, God. The bag in the back just flopped over the lip, and it, like, reflected. It looked like there was something outside my window is what happened, and it scared me. Ah. Anyway, yay. Yeah, so we're also like looking at how we're going to lay out that other room, because we're going to move the TV into the other room now and stuff. We're still in the middle of the reorganization, and we had such a busy day yesterday that like Dallas hadn't even seen until just now the work that I had done. So, yeah, now he's in the bedroom, or what is currently what I call the cutting studio. He was in there and he's like, oh yeah, it is a lot larger than I remember. And I'm like, yes, that's part of it, because I've moved the shelves out and stuff like that, so they're not as overbearing in there. And then I've got a nice open space in the middle here. We're chatting that maybe that becomes like an extra work surface or something, like an extra table. Although I don't want to commit to anything right now, because I'm kind of like, also, if I do ever, I am heavily leaning towards investing in another machine. And I'm kind of like, if I do, that might be the best place for it. I don't know. Also, like, do I need another machine? Because honestly, we've done everything that we've done so far on this one, and it is a beast. So, I don't know yet. Although I still think the cylinder foot would be amazing. Especially as we get more into, like, hopefully, like, the handbags and stuff like that with the waxed canvas, maybe, and things like that. We'll see what happens there, I guess. So, I don't even know right now. So tired of moving this space around. I agree that it needed to happen this one last time, but my goodness, I tired of it. I'm like, yeah, please, let this be the last time. Knock on wood that it is. Alright, so we're getting some of the really fun fabrics in here. There's like some of these like line art kitty cats. This one's got like a yellow blush kind of on their mittens and things and their face. There's another version of it where they're outlined in green, and then the blush is like pinks, which is super cute. Yeah. I think Dallas closed my door, which I am glad for. We can actually start closing the door again. It was open to the basement because the cat was coned for his like little scratchy marks and stuff like that, and now he's no longer coned. So we can get into all the spaces that he previously was like a little bit more restricted from. Alright, this one does have a lot of cat fabrics, which is awesome. Obviously, that is definitely one of our focuses in Japan when we're there. The current, like, ravenous, like, desire to go to Japan today was... Yeah, I'm like, damn it, I really just... There's multiple factors in not being able to go, but I'm like, God, I just want to go. I just want to book our trip. I just want to go. I want to go in October. I don't want to go right now, but I want to go in October. It's just like, damn it. I don't have a passport. We don't have, like, we could swing it, but it would not be a lot of fun. Like, just like, ah. Oh well. I am very, very tempted to do that 24-hour in Tokyo trip at some point and like do it as a whole like YouTube thing. Because basically it would take 2 days, fly out one day, and then just like do 24 hours and then go back to the airport. So like fly out of Calgary, land on like, so say the mock-up of this. Because here's the thing, I think it'll probably happen, but I'm thinking it might be a, like, I've monetized the channel thing, or, like, we're close to monetizing or something like that. I think that would be a good way to do it. Anyway, whatever. It would be, like, fly out Wednesday, so the mock-up of it would be, like, fly out Wednesday, land in Tokyo on Thursday, and then you, like, wake up in Tokyo on Friday, do your run around on Friday of like fabric or whatever I was like planned to do, and then and then back to the airport. I think it would be like ridiculous and so much fun. so ridiculous. It would be. I wouldn't have to deal with jet lag, and like hotels would be no concern, that's for sure. Actually like splurge on like a super fancy hotel or something like that in like, I don't know, Shibuya or something. Anyway, I don't think that'll be for a while, but it's like so tempting to just be like in, out. And then the ecological side of me is also like, and I'm like, oh man, like shh, just chill. It's not like I'm doing it every year. It would be fun. what's the point if I'm not having fun? It's not like I'm booking a private jet for it either. Actually, or it could be something like I've collected enough air miles to book myself like business class or something. I don't know. That feels like a waste. Never mind. Like that, well, yeah, that would be one of the ways to do it where you wouldn't be like completely exhausted the next day. But Japan isn't really a like early morning country, at least for businesses and stuff like that. Like nothing in Nippori really opens until about 11, so it's like there's that factor as well. Ooh, fire's going out. Like a fire truck, not a fire is currently burning across with me, but a fire truck's going out. Interesting. Alright, so we're just gonna crank along on these finishing seams, and then I do need to track down the rest of the barcodes for these, because what I've been doing, or at least what I did before Airdrie, is basically I put in what is going to be the title. So realistically, everything that you saw finished for Airdrie is currently on the website. It just has not been photographed. But because I wanted to have it barcoded and good to go, I was like, whatever, let's just load it in. So in certain cases, like the dog fabrics, where we still already had dog fabrics available, they are currently on the website. So if you saw something during the streams that you enjoyed, heads up that it's there. And the same thing's kind of going to happen with this stuff. So, because then I can barcode it and it's in the inventory system. I did really consider putting it into like a different listing, but the issue with that then is that I have to, there's so much information to transfer when I do actually go to update the actual listing. So I was just like, let's just put it up. And then I can photograph everything afterwards. And it does keep an accurate stock then as well, because we're scanning the barcode, so stuff gets scanned out. So I'm pretty sure, I would double check on the Ancient Arts Yarns Instagram, but I'm pretty sure the event is from 10 to 4 at 607 Manitou Road Southeast, Calgary, just off the Blackfoot. Basically kitty corner to Shaw GMC. We're on the Blackfoot. It's their tagline for their chuck wagon that they sponsor. We're on the Blackfoot. Anyway, yeah, so that's where we're at. Where I will be on Saturday. We were supposed to get snow on Saturday, and now it's like clear, but fucking cold. Holy shit. Like, so cold. As in minus 24, 25 overnight, and then minus 17 during the day. It's like, oh, okay, so you get cold and you don't get hot. But, yeah, yay. Considering that we went out and did our run outside yesterday, Dallas is kind of like, okay, what do you want to do tomorrow? And I'm like, well, it's going to be chillier tomorrow, but it shouldn't be too bad. I don't know what we're doing exactly tomorrow, because we've also got parent day at their school tomorrow. So we get to go into their classes, which is super exciting. And yeah. So that's part of the reason why I'm like, I am also not committing to like being on stream tomorrow. Today I could commit to being on stream because Dallas is home right now. So. Or well, I guess I didn't even commit to that, did I? It was like on Monday I was like, I don't know when I'll be on. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. And that'll tell you when I come on. Or follow me on Instagram, because I do always post the link on Instagram. So, okay, it looks like we got 5, maybe 6 more to finish the interior seams on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this last traveler sling underneath the machine. Get it sewn. I was doing some repair or like finishing work on the pine bag that we were working on, and then I realized that like the whole top portion that is not connected. It's like, okay, fine. All right, there is frogs because it's going to need to be finished. And then there's everything on top because I will trim and label tomorrow probably, or tonight, who knows. Who knows how everything's going to go. These are going to get finished actually pretty quick, all things considered. So we'll definitely be able to sit down with the traveler slings for a little bit, and hopefully actually get the that stuff done. The fold over elastic installed as well. So three more, and then we can trim them off, and we'll put them in the bin. Yeah, we gotta do this last like super bright pink with floral here. Should be pretty straightforward to get it sewn. Hopefully, maybe, who knows. We'll try. That's all we can do. And then yeah, we'll do the fold over in the rest of them, and then I'm going to try and TLC the pine bag. We also have to open up that one with all the like the pink and silver one and get its embroidery in, but that can be done later. And then next Wednesday, we'll be sitting down to sew gyoza bags for the retreat. And I do think I will put in a few extra hours at night for that one as well, just so it's like, yeah, so I got a little bit more finished. Here's the thing, because everything I finish now means that I'm hopefully one or two steps forward for Dawson as well. Yeah, okay, no, never mind. Yeah, that'll be what I do next week. And then the following week is going to be wrap up on your taxes, Katie. Yeah. Hairballs. Cat hairballs. Taxes. Tax season's upon us. I'm actually mostly done. At least for like receipts, I gotta do my inventory. So that's gonna be fun. Always is. Ew. Alright, well, we got lots of large box bags now done, at least, so that's cool, because a lot of these have been cut for however long they've been cut. That whole bin can just go straight under there right now. Oh, the white cord. I'm like, what is this white cord? But it's the mini cricket. Alright, so this is the last obi bag that we need to do here. And honestly, if I wanted to, we could also finish the Snow White tote bag that's here as well. Yeah, that might not be the worst idea that I've had. Let's finish this coffee first. That is the better idea. So then I'm not up until all hours. You like something in it. I don't know if it was fines or grounds or what, but ugh. All right. We're done. Okay, so we're gonna pop this out, and then we're going to clip it down, Clip it down, clip it down. Like this, right here. And actually, I am going to fold it up one more time because I found that it was kind of like trying to escape the bag the other day. Pull that up close to the snap hook because then that helps hold the weight of the snap hook, hopefully. In theory, that's what's happening. And then I'm going to pop this right here. So that's where it's supposed to go. I am going to just throw a basting stitch in here so that it's done. And I don't have to worry about it slipping out. Basically, mostly just to remove the clip. And then we can clip wherever the hell we want. Because like we're not trying to hold in this D-ring anymore. Alright. Now, so previously with the mini travelers and stuff like that, I typically don't put the strap in, but I was finding that I was struggling a lot with the fact that this is like, actually, let's do it for both straps and then I'm like, then we're set, actually. Come on. Oh, why are you fighting the interfacing today? Oh, because you're out of thread, maybe? I don't know what's going on here. Let's find out. Anyway, I was fighting the... Oh, yeah, just broke the thread. I was fighting the darts the other day, and basically it wasn't, like, sewing together very well. So I put the straps in this time on the last ones, and it worked really, 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 really well. So I'm like, okay, that's what we're going to do. Just moving the mic over so it's not covered up by a bunch of fabric. Being muffled and probably swooshing. Sorry. Alright, there we go. So, those two things are basically tacked down, so it would be less fight for us to sew them in. Us being you and me, of course. And everyone else who joined us on in the future on this YouTube video. Or you can take it as the royal we. Okay, let's get this sorted. So I am still going to pop one right there because that tells me where the actual like strap is. So there is that. And actually we're going to line it up from this corner up because that's where she wants you to start. This is basically the straightest line that we're going to have in the full project. So I'm going to use that as much as I can to my advantage. Go. You know, get out of here then. Fine. See you later. And then I'm gonna line it up against that one right there. And then this is where I was struggling, is like everything down here. So I'm not going to clip it because we're going to sew that direction, and I find that that just means that I typically do have less unintentional darts. So that's what we're going to do. Because then I can kind of massage everything into the middle, which is what I'm trying to do, obviously, is like the 3D-ness actually has to go into the bag, not get sewn into the... There. That might just work, maybe, if I kind of... No, it's still pretty upset. Alright, well, we'll try it anyway and see what happens, because there's a big ol'... There. We'll just release the side here and we'll deal with it. Whatever. The strap has to go in. Okay. So, in and under, and seam allowance should be about there, and off we go. Off to the races here. Let's see. An awl is always a good choice, because it basically is a third hand. You don't have to worry about catching in the machine. I do not use them enough, probably. And I think this is, so technically in sewing, it's called a stiletto. I'm calling it an awl because it's actually an awl that I use to poke the holes through when I'm using leather. I don't see a lot of difference. So, yeah. I know in sewing, it's called a stiletto. This one is an awl because that's what I bought it as, but I use it as a stiletto. I think that's the difference there for me and why I use those terms instead. All right, so what I'm kind of trying to do here is I'm just trying to keep unintentional darts out of the bag, and also like just trying to kind of shove the fabric in so that it's going into the like bag instead of making a bunch of wrinkles. At least that's what I'm attempting. Does it work perfectly all the time? Hell no. Does it work some of the time? Oh shit. And of course we ran out of bobbin thread at the top of the bag. Okay. Now we will also swap out the bobbin winding thread. Okay, well, at least we backstitched on the strap, so we can go back in and not worry about it. We can just start from there again. I had it so good too. God damn. Okay, that's annoying. Pull out the black thread like this. Pull out the white thread out of the drawer. And if you're like, Katie, you sound like you're being compressed, I am. Oh, and now there's a tractor going the other direction. Fire truck going one way, tractor going the other way, you know. Alberta back roads. Into the winder, tension thingamabubber. Out to the bobbin. There. Okay. Wish me luck. I think we can do it. I think we got it. If not, I can do it. I can do it. Okay. I'm not going to start the bobbin until we're sewing in the other thing, simply because what I want to do is be able to have my hands on this at all times. Hey, okay. Where's my scissors? Clip. And that definitely jogged off, so we will deal with that in a minute. Ow. Okay, never mind. The needle just broke. What did you get caught on? There's nothing there to get caught on. The hell? Okay, cool. Fantastic. Well, time to change the needle. All right. No, the rest of this needs to go in there too. Okay. Screwdriver. Wild. Alrighty. Cap on. Needles. Do you know what? Considering that, I'm going to go up a size actually. Okay. That is crooked. Crooked. That is crooked. There we go. Twisty twist, please. There we go. Okay. Yes, excellent. Okay, let's get this threaded. Lifted through. Try this again. I'm back up here because we did have a jog here and I'm still not 100% sure why. Could be the leather, so let's move the leather out of the way. The jog should never have happened and that needle break should never have happened. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, perfectly fine this time. All right, now we're gonna do this whole, let's get the fabric into the middle of the bag instead of into an unintentional dart as best we can. Okay, good so far, good so far. And then turn. Good, good, good. Alrighty. Let's see where we can get to before we need to worry too much about it. Okay, oh. Alright, so this is about where it's like, ooh, yeah, that is a lot of excess fabric though for this. Okay. Let's see if maybe that helps a little bit. Yes, there we go. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to redo this corner just a little bit down here. Good, and then that is all good along there. I think we caught everything. From what I can tell, we're good, good. Now this one should be a little bit easier because it's the actual like other side of the dart. So really all we need to do is, I'm gonna clip it up here. Yeah, no, that's all been manipulated well enough that I think we're good. Okay. Coolio. Let's get this down here. Down here. Go. Okay, this one does feel like I should have sewn it from the other side. Just so I'm for sure hitting with the seam allowance we had on the other side. But you know what? I think we're still good. We'll double check it before we turn it. Definitely one that's going to need some extra. Actually, let's just, there we go. Good, we're going to stop that one right there. We're going to double check it before I go any further. Yeah, we're good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip it and we're going to go through from here and around, because why not? Okay. All right. Now we're going to check to see if we can see any daylight in any of these areas, because that does seem to have been the best, like, kind of reckoning of this, and that's good. Okay, I do need to open that up a little bit. I did make it a little bit too tight for me on my big old hands, and for how much we're actually turning through this. It needs to be not like generous, but not ungenerous of a turning allowance. So let's just open this up a little bit, hopefully. Not far, just a bit. Please don't rip. Okay, maybe. I think we got it. Okay. Pop the seams, not the fabric. 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 Please. Please. Okay, there we go. That should be good. Going to clip it. And then we're going to throw this over here again. Here again. Here again. And we're going to trim down the seams. Just even a little bit. Trim down seams to make sure we're good. Okay, I think all 3 layers are there. All the layers are just barely there. Let's give that a little bit extra TLC right here. That is actually not good. That is a, never mind. All right, so we're gonna see that on the front because it's a solid piece of obi. This needs a little bit of seam ripping, and then we'll redo it there. I think, hopefully. No. Yeah, so we're still in a holding pattern for a few shows this year. Confirmed for Fibre Shindig, but we're waiting. I just put my application in with Vibrations yesterday. Application window closes, I think, March 1st. So there's that. And then I'm waiting to hear back from Odafest, which basically should be any day now. So we'll see what happens there. There we go. Okay. I did it very, very, very gently. And actually, it's caught pretty good there. So we're going to... What I ended up picking out was basically the inside seam, but we're still going to follow this seam because I need a little bit extra seam allowance on the on this line right here. There we go. And then we're going to blend it out so that we don't end up with anything really wonky when we turn it. Hopefully we're good. All right, Obi Scrappy Scraps. Those are going to be really fun to play with in that tool, planned tool thing. I'm super excited for that. Rings off because this is too hard to turn otherwise. And then they basically just spin around on my finger and then get really annoying. I did not open this, of course, but at least because it's a number 5 zipper, they're typically a little bit easier to open from the inside anyway. All right, let's do this way first. Whee! Yay! I did actually go for a swim today, which was really good. And then a quick walk as well, because it's supposed to be an hour of cross training today. I only swam for about 35 minutes. Not even 25. Kiddos had gymnastics, so I didn't want to miss too much of gymnastics. And I was just done. I have a really bad headache today, and it's just like front stroke aggravated it so much. I was like, okay, so this is just a backstroke day. Boo. But that's okay. Nice, just easy. A little bit of recovery. Some movement is better than no movement. That's what we're gonna follow. Especially in amongst all of this marathon training. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good. I'm excited. So far, so good. Hopefully we caught all the bottom. That's actually the big concern here. And that this, I do think it darted a little bit right on the corner here, so I just want to make sure that that turned out decent. If you can even notice it, which it doesn't look like you can. Okay, there we go. Nope, we're good. Awesome. Okay, so this is one of the ones that turned out actually the best. Hilariously enough. There we go. Sweet. Okay, and just make sure we close that. Yep, close that. So there is that one completed. It is looking super good. It's like to just get an email from Odafest. That would be kind of hilarious. All right. So what we have to do here now is all of these get an interior of that stuff, which is fold over elastic. And I do, everything's just like clenched down and I'm like, oh man, I need to find a new massage therapist. Yeah, looking good. So that's part of the detailing right there, actually, which is super cool. And then the front is the 2 floral motif, which lined up really, 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 really well. Oh, there we go. And it's like, this feels like it might be a poly blend in the back, but it is really nice up front. So all the pockets are also made out of the obi, so they all match the exterior color. Cool. Okay. If I stop actually like admiring it, I might get these done. Let's see. Nice. Fold over elastic, which is on the SCADIS behind the laptop right now, which is good. And if you're like, Katie, why don't you just fold this under and like sew it? Because you can't. We do, however, have to turn these all back out. It's probably the worst part of this. That needs to be trimmed down a little bit. It's sewn, but the fray got caught in the seam. There we go. Okay, so what happens now is we go in and we make this decently pretty. And then typically I do actually trim it down because you want this as close to, you want the fold over elastic to be as close to this like seam as you can get so that it's complete like that. And then it just becomes a nice little layer. Now this elastic does shrink, so we're going to stretch it pretty good. And then we're going to do that. And I'm actually going to measure this and see how much we're using per each of these because that is important as well. About 8 inches. Okay, cool. So you fold it under a little bit on one end, and then what's cool about fold over elastic is it's got this like line in the middle, and this is why I prefer, there's 2 reasons why I prefer this to bias tape and why I don't use bias tape. A, bias tape is a pain in the ass to make. Can I? Yes. Do I have the gadgets? Yes. And it doesn't have to be bias tape. It could just be a binding. But why would I make binding out of freaking obi and kimono? Like that's the other part of that. So this white fold over elastic is just exactly right for what my purposes are. Okay, that just needs to be rolled back up a little bit because it wasn't working. Okay. Throw it in the middle, please. Yep, there we go. Then we're going to come this way and we're going to fold it under here so it's a nice finished edge. Now I am going to go in and just do all of these all at once because then if I need to stop, we're not in the middle of sewing everything, I think, because then I can just sit down and sew these tomorrow. Are they a bit of a pain in the ass? Yes, 100% they're a pain in the butt, but there is no better way to actually finish this. She does actually suggest, well, okay, she suggests hand finishing it in the pattern. I am not a hand finisher. Plus the binding is nice too. Actually, do you know what? No, let's throw these under the machine and sew them as we go, because then, hey, we've got another traveler sling done. Oh, the horror of that. Okay. So this one needs to be folded under just a little bit more because it was a little bit too much. And then this is where the stiletto comes in particularly handy. Okay, shove you under. Okay. Press the foot acts as a clip. And then what ends up happening is that I hold this with the actual stiletto in the hopes that A, we catch the back. Because of course I can't see the back. Most of the time these end up with 2 seams, which, whatever, not a big deal. But it is nice when just the whole elastic just gets caught first round and you're good to go. There we go. Now, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we're good. It got caught. Woohoo! Alright, so there is one of the traveler slings done and dusted and ready for the weekend. done and dusted and ready for the weekend. So the other reason that I do it that way is that you honestly are barely going to notice it once the bag is like complete. Oh, it is not completely done. We got to put the snap in, but that is something that I can do tomorrow. So this leather gets a snap right there so that that is a nice closure. And we also need to put on the label. So 98% complete. All right, next. Let's get this done. Done. Let's get this done. Oh, I took some Tylenol for this headache, and it's like barely touched it. Of course. Great. All right. I wonder if it's a little bit of a dehydration headache. Who knows? Water's not going to hurt it. All right, let me just make sure I'm not missing any chat here. Nope, we're good. All right. So again, we'll trim down this excess right here, especially in this case, because that it will definitely impede the sewing of the fold over. What time is it? 2:30. Okay, we're not doing bad at all. All right, and then this is already kind of folded under here. Really do wish there was a way to just kind of pull everything and like fold it over, like do the binding from, oh, I wonder if that would work in this case. So just like stitched here. Let's see. Like this, and then, yeah, okay, so in this case, there is actually enough fabric here that I can do that. So let's do that, because that is a nice crisp finish. Just ready to go. Sweet. Okay. Let's do it. This seam needs to go this way a bit. Okay, that is the one thing, is it can't like be crooked. It does need to actually be just capped by this. Okay, and then there. Sweet. Let's do it. Okay, so this is basically exactly the same idea as the fold over elastic, but I was able to do it with excess kimono lining from the interior of the bag. Whee! All right, we'll unfold that and make sure it doesn't make it look weird or anything like that, but I do think that was probably a pretty clean finish. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Trim down all the little threadies. Good. Okay, let's turn it back this way. Make sure that didn't, like I said, impede the pocket or anything like that, but I doubt it will. No, that's just a nice, clean finish. Because part of what it is, so basically it is encasing this whole seam on this edge right here. So checking to make sure that it doesn't make it look weird on the exterior either. It hasn't like over-caught the fabric or anything like that. But no, we're good. All right, so same thing. It needs a snap and a leather blah-de-blah. What does it need? The leather... Holy fuck, the tag. It still needs a tag. My brain is like toasty marshmallows. Crisp on the outside, gooey on the inside. Oof. This tack down for this zipper on this end, didn't do what it was supposed to and is visible. So well, okay, it did what it's supposed to do, but it wasn't necessary. So I'm going to trim it out and pull out that thread because it's visible and I don't want it visible. Boom. And this side too, and then we'll trim it down so it's invisible. Oh, that one can just pull out. Even better. And that side's stuck, so there we go. That is not part of any kind of seam. It was just a tack down based for the zipper tab on that side, so I'm not worried about it. All right. Turn this back out to get this ready again. Come on, bag. Come on, bag. You know you want to do this. Come on, bag. Come on, bag. You know you want. Yeah, so I think actually if I trim down this edge should be able to fold over on the majority of these and be able to encase it. Yes, because it's almost able to do it now, but as long as I trim down this seam allowance, we should be really good. And if I need to do the fold over elastic in it, then we do, right? Not a big deal. But this actually I think is a cleaner, easier finish than the fold over elastic. The fold over elastic is like integral to the planner pouches, so it's gonna stick around. Don't worry, we'll still be using it. But and actually I've heard it's good for like if you're sewing the spring roll pouch, or a lot of those ones that were like the hexagonal kind of pouches that were popular last year, year before. I was going to add them in, but I was like, you know what? There's enough makers in my area that do an amazing job of them. No. Plus, I wanted to focus in on these. Although, holy fuck. Just thinking about them being in OB. So maybe we will introduce them in OB. Yeah. Maybe. We'll figure it out. Okay, so far so good on this one. Sweet. I did not think that I would actually get the interior seams for these mostly done today. I thought that this would be like the desperate last minute finishes tomorrow, but I will take it. All right. Let's fold over there. I'm going to throw one more clip up here. And I'm going to take my stiletto, and it's going to be the temporary clip until we get the presser foot onto it, and then the presser foot acts as the clip. And there we go. All right, come on, machine. We know you can do it. You've done it before. You can do it again. Yes, this is a thicker OB, I know. She's a little bit cranky about it, and she's got it. There we go. Oh man, that is so much better than adding the fold over in, to be honest. So, yay, I'm glad it's working for at least a few of these. Okay, trim it down. Trim it down. I don't need to start singing taps. It's amazing what stuck with me from Girl Guides. Okay. Come on, bag. Let's turn out. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Now this one, some of these will get their labels on the front. Some of these will get their labels on the back. This one in this case, because the back is the full pattern, will get the label on this like gold front, right? Probably over here. They do get I do put them asymmetrical because high. Yeah, so snaps and a, holy crap, my brain, snap and the leather tag. Snaps and the leather tags. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. Awesome. So one did go into timeout because I got to figure out exactly what I want to do with it. The embroidery kind of gave up the ghost right after we turned it. I'm like, oh, you're almost finished, and then you did this. No. So yeah, we got to figure that out. Why does it feel like you don't have a turn edge, even though I know you do, because you had to be birthed through something. It has it. It's just It's like, I heard that you like finishing with interior pockets instead of fold over elastic, and it's already like folded under pretty much. Okay. Make as much room as we kind of can along this edge so that it's nice and like straight, so it's easier to sew. Then I'm going to trim it down. I'm going to trim it in. Instagram's like, Atelier Nekozuki added a photo. It's like, thank you. All right. Yeah, this one was already pretty in there. That is pocket, which needs to go this way. Yes, I know. Get out of here. Nothing else important. Okay, good. Okay, so the pocket. And then, yeah, so we're going to go in. Let's see if this actually works. In this case, it does. Yay! Alright, so what we're doing is we're going in and we're clipping and we're closing the blind. Because no one can see shit right now. I love this window, but yeah, it's like, there's a lot of sunshine that comes in. Actually, do you know what? This is going to get better in the summertime probably because the sun won't necessarily be hitting, because of course it's going to stay higher longer. So I shouldn't get a lot of sunshine in here until later, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Good to go. Underneath. Sewing time, sewing time, sewing time. Close it up all the way across. Good. Good so far. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Doom, 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 doom. Putting on the Ritz, apparently. All right. What, 3 more? 3 more. 3 more. 3 more. Love it. Love it. I love it. Hope you guys do too. This one's nice and subtle. If you haven't seen it before, it's nice and subtle. If you've seen it before, you know it's nice and subtle. This one also fought tooth and fucking nail to... It's like, I love it. And I'm also extremely glad to see the back of it. That kind of situation. All right, let's get ya a little bit more exposure than that, and I think probably a little bit more brightness. Yeah, I was like, it's looking a little bit cool toned here. All right, yeah, that's looking better. Now I'm gonna have Putting on the Ritz stuck in my head. It just like literally popped into my head. It's not a song I listen to regularly. It's not even really a song that I ever listened to regularly as a kid. It's just like intrusive earworm, apparently. So now everyone must suffer with me. Okay, there's something snag in here, and I can't decide if it's like a little bit of dry skin that just lifted it up, or there's like a little lift of nail. Okay, good. Okay, I'll stop. Alrighty. Get this pocket kind of figure the hell out. There we go. Good. Okay, so now we gotta trim down the back seam allowance, and then we'll get that folded over. This one looks like it might be the closest that we've had to absolutely 100% needing. Fold over. That's fine. Like I said, we're good. Either way, it is nice to be able to finish it with the interior and not add another fabric, because it does mean that it doesn't bulk up the seam as much. Hi. Thread of steel. No. Okay. No. Anyway, yeah, it's nice to not have to do it if we don't have to, because it does not bulk up the seam as much. And it does create a cleaner finish because, again, you're not adding something into the bag that wasn't there before. But if we have to, we will. Alrighty, I can shove it underneath here. We'll start it, and I just realized we should also start the bobbin winding, because otherwise I am going to run out of thread and we'll all be sad. Good. Good. Yay. Alright, so who's ready to buckle in for Dawson Creek prep? As much as I say that I've still got the retreat to prep for next week, I'm like, we're already looking towards Dawson Creek and the 2 other shows in April. It's like, it's mostly because there's 2 other shows in April as well. But it's like, oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. There we go. Sweet. We are definitely going to get these done. I'm just going to give Dallas a heads up that we've only got 2 more seams to finish, and then he can head out. I'll go upstairs and he can head out. He wanted to head out around 3. I don't know, between 3 and 3:30, but we should be done around 3 then. And yeah, we'll worry about the snaps tomorrow. I'm not worried about it. So. This poppy one is glorious. Holy crap. I don't think it quite came off correctly the other day because of the brightness of the sun, but like it is spectacular. And there's this really cool like texture in the actual poppy as well, and it's just so satisfying. The back of it's really gorgeous too. All right, 2 more. Oh, and I guess we could seam rip open the couple that have been fighting. Whatever, I can do that with the kiddos around. That's fine. We'll finish the ones that we're going to finish. Yes, I'm going to finish this with white thread. Are you going to see it? Yes. Is anyone going to look in the bag? Probably not. Don't tell anyone. Just don't tell anyone and it'll all be fine. Let's finish. That's the important part. And yes, that is the joke. I am telling you right now. I am broadcasting it on the internet, so that is the joke. If you're like Katie, what are you talking about? Don't tell anyone. You're telling the internet. I know. Haha. Okay, let's get this trimmed here, at least along that seam allowance. And then that is the pocket, so I don't want to trim it down further. Okay. So we'll make this work. Sweet. Actually, it looks like there's quite a bit more. Oh yeah, we got lots of fabric to work with here, it looks like. Just kind of flatten everything out, put it in, fold it over, fold it over, fold it over. Okay, and then we're going to clip and clip and make sure that's like clipped here as well. There we go, there we go, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Dun, dun. A little bit cranky. A little bit cranky. It's okay, it's all finished. Dun, 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 dun. All right, there we go. Turn it back out. Turn it back out. Turn it back out. Turn it back out. Yeah, looking good. I think that actually is got a nicer seam line now than we ever got with the fold over elastic, which is awesome. Okay, last one that doesn't need any TLC, and then we'll be down to snaps and, like I said, leather tags, and we will wrap up on those tomorrow. I don't know if that will be on or off camera, mostly because I'll just try and fit it in wherever I can fit it in, because I will not be going into set up at Ancient Arts tomorrow afternoon, which is a little bit annoying, but it's okay. There we go. I'm just going to pull this one as well because it's like half undone. Again, it's basting stitch, so it's not a big deal, and it's visible, and I do not want it visible. So we're going to trim it down here. Trim it out of the zipper, hopefully. There we go. Good. Okay. Last seam, last seam, last seam. And then, yeah, we're good. Sweet. Got more done today than I anticipated. Oh yeah, and I need to take a couple minutes and find all of the barcodes for the large bag, so we'll do that, and blah 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 blah. And then we can have an early dinner tonight because I'm hungry again. Am I hungry? I'm hungry. I made shepherd's pie last night. So, and I did it one pot. Well, okay, I had to cook the potatoes obviously in like a pot to be able to mash them, but then it was basically a one pan recipe because I cooked the meat and the veg and the gravy-ish thing in the other one, and then because it's cast iron, I just threw it in the oven all like once I put the mashed potatoes on it. 100% overflowed the whole damn thing. Set off the fire alarm. The security company called. Is like, your fire alarm went off. It's like, yes, we know. just burning part of dinner over here. So, yay. But anyway, it is delicious, and there's enough left over for tonight. So that's good. I'm excited because I totally got influenced by Mama Cusses, MOMMA Cusses on TikTok. I think she's Pleasant Peasant Media on here. I'm gonna start a recipes that I talk about on live stream playlist here, so she'll be one of the ones on there. She does what she calls lawless cooking, which is basically like, I don't know, use what you got, because it's kind of like, it's that idea. So it's use what you got. I don't care. I don't do any measurements. It's cooking. Just do it. But it was inspirational because it was like she added some spices that I wouldn't have thought of, like paprika. And I also put a little bit of cayenne in ours, which was really good. Stuff like that. And sometimes it's just like having someone be like, this is what I'm making tonight is nice as well, because it's like, oh yeah, shepherd's pie is a thing that exists, sort of thing, right? So, all right, there we go, guys. Okay, so we've got 2 that need to be TLC'd. One being this guy, which we got completely finished, and then I realized was gapped on the bottom. So that needs to happen. It's actually all done except for a label though otherwise, which is pretty awesome of it. And then this one, which is the one with the pine in it, you can see that there, didn't actually get caught up here. So I got to go in, and that's where we got to actually fix it. Let's actually see if I can just do that right now. I'm pretty sure I already ran too many seams though, so I think we got to go in with a seam ripper to open it up. And that is the issue with this other one, is I got to go in with a seam ripper to open up the fold over elastic, and I'm not looking forward to that. So let's see where we're at with this pine one. Very cranky, very stiff. Because here's the thing, I don't need to open up the whole seam for this one, but I do need to open up this top seam. Yeah, I've tried to do it a couple times. Okay, so do you know what? Let's just do that now. There's like 3 different seams here, but I think we can do it pretty straightforward if I'm careful. Doom, 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 doom. I just need to pick out. Okay, so I'm going to pick out 1, and I'm going to pick out 2, because we need both of them opened up because none of them caught it. And then we're going to have to run 1 seam rip down first. There we go. I think that's working. Without damaging anything so far. Sweet. Okay. Now I'm going to open up the back stitch here, because honestly that's the part that's going to be horrendous. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. I like how I was like, I'm not going to do this, and now here, whatever. Constant liar. But like in a good way, in a let's get this out of the whip way. Like once I'm done these, we'll have all of these done that I had started in December way, or whatever. We still need to experiment with the fin sling bag, and I think that actually the best time for that is actually going to be before Dawson. So that's where it's kind of sitting right now. Chilling, being patient for us, and we got to move the cutting table before I actually work on it, because I don't feel like clearing the cutting table off and then making a mess of it again right away. Well, I can't. We got to clear it off so I can move it, and then I can make a mess of it again. That's basically where we're at with that one. Okay, there we go. That's better. Don't seem ripped toward yourself. I don't quite know why I am. It's like, don't cut towards yourself. Don't seem ripped toward yourself. Those are really tight stitches. Why are you such tight stitches? Doom, 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 doom. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, you're going. Keep going, please. It's cranky. Oh, that one's cranky because the next like seam line's too close to it. Fair enough. But we need you to out so that I can get the black one. Okay, I know. You're almost there, though. Don't be too cranky. Cranky pants, cranky pants, cranky pants. Cranky pants seam. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Cranky pants seam. Cranky pants seam. Why are you so cranky? Why are you so cranky? What might be right here? Okay, that looks like that's okay, that's the part that did actually get caught. Okay. Now we're going to go back in and we're going to seam rip it out too. Oh, because, you know, such is the life of a seam. Why aren't you ripped out? I thought I'd gotten all the white seam. It's like, ha ha ha, no you didn't, bitch. Come on. Come on. Okay, I think that's good enough. And I'm pretty sure I've seam ripped in here. If not, I can. Oh yeah, we've done some of the opening up right here. Okay. pretty far over. That's okay. Be nice to get this done. Be nice to get this done. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Oh, shoot. Okay, I should probably go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's see if I can do one seam at a time here. Nope. Can I? Or is it really tight and cranky again? Okay, let's do it with the not ball end in. Although the ball end in does mean that you're protecting the fabric a little bit better. So we're going to swap again because it's getting wider between the seams. Come on, seam ripper. Don't fail me now. Yay, there we go. Okay. Yay, tightened in again. All right, and that's basically the same seam now. So we're going to go back in and we will seam rip the bottom seam. Means that we'll also get that second seam here in a moment. Please. Please, please, please. Please seam rip. Please seam rip. Don't rip the fabric. Just rip the seam. There we go. Doom, doom, da, doom, doom, da, doom. Why you seam ripping the seam, not the seam? Do do doom 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 da, doom doom da, doom. I don't know how my brain selects the music. I don't know why it also seems to consistently be the same stuff. At least when it popped in with putting on the Ritz, it was something different. All right. There we go. So now what we need to do is we need to also make sure that this is completely opened up here, because apparently it's not. Yay! Come on, seams. You want to rip. There we go. Rip the seams, rip the seams, rip the seams. And then we're going to pop everything up here. Haha, there we go. Okay. And this zipper pocket's the one that was being persnickety, so let's make sure it's up, and then we'll line up the, oh, I see, because this corner was dropped down. Lovely, fantastic. Let's get that sorted, and then I will go, because the other one's going to require a lot more of a fight, just given that it's like I gotta open up that fold over elastic, which is super annoying. Super annoying, super annoying. All right, so I know it's caught down here because it's fighting me hard there. Now we know that's caught up here because we got it clipped up here. And then we should be good. Now this did tear a little bit right there, so we're gonna shimmy the fabric just a tick so that everything gets caught. There we go. And blend it in with the black seam. Yeah. Good. Now, did it get... Yeah, there's no more holes there. All right. We're calling it there. I hope you guys all have a fantastic afternoon, evening, morning, day, wherever, whenever you are. And I am going to take these upstairs, get them turned, get them this one seam ripped, and then we'll finish them up tomorrow at some point. If I don't come on stream, I will record the process. So... Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll chat with you all soon. Bye.